All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties. Started about 15 minutes late here. All right, let's get started. Don't have anything on yet this morning. All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties. Started about 15 minutes late here. All right, let's get okay. All right, so I'm going to take a look. Let's take a look at some of these indices this morning, see if we see anything that we'd like. All right, we're going to look at the mini Russell. Looking at the mini Russell, I don't see anything in here that I'm excited about. Looking at the mini NASDAQ, not seeing anything there. I am getting a short in the gold. So let's take a look at this short gold. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a short gold here. My target. Okay, target on gold is going to bring me down to 2008. So profit target hit 2008. I'm only going for level one here. I need to reverse. I'm going to reverse up here at 2017. All right, short the gold. Where did my alert go? Once again, I am looking for a target of 2008. That in there again. There we go. Profit target 2008. Reversal 2017. This is a pairing pattern short. Not getting anything in natural. Let's look at natural gas. Nothing in natural gas. Nothing in this E-mini S&P. Ugh.
ATNF.
All right, GSMG is a big mover today. Kind of keep an eye on this one, GSMG. GSMG. Gloria Star, New Media. 21 million already this morning. Wow. I would really like to see it come up to about that 120. I'll keep an eye on it. Well, no, let's say, yeah, I'll say 120. Gonna watch 120 level, possible entry of 120. I'll put a little alert up here too. At 120. Profit target hit. All right, GSMG, gonna be watching that. PTPI already has 2.8 mil. I do like PTPI. I do like PTPI. I'm going to buy a little bit of PTPI. PTPI, 2.8 million, 2-cent spread bid ask. Let's start off with some PTPI. I'm buying PTPI right here. Just bought PTPI at 542.
JOAN.
All right, let's get some targets here. First target, 546, which is close. $552. What are the patterns? What are the patterns? I got another one here, but it's pretty close. 555. So once again, what we're looking at here is patterns are setting up. We have several buy patterns coming in on PTPI. And I'm running Einstein across every one, and it's going to give me some levels. And 559. There we go. All right, long PTPI. I like the activity once again. So what we're looking at up here, this is book map. I'm watching the size of the buy and sell orders coming in over here. We pull out a little bit, you can see we have a lot more buying coming in down here around 530. Have quite a bit up here at 550, which is fine. I mean, look to get out up there if we pop up there. BBAI was also on my radar. BBAI. Nothing yet on BBAI. BGXX also watching. Could see that come up a little bit higher. SLNM also was on my radar. But I don't like the volume. I think I may just take that off. WBL. We have seen before. WBL is moving higher, but I do have some setups. I think I'm ready to get in the VB, WEBL. Would like to see a little bit more volume. That's the only thing that concerns me. 22,000 shares. Not enough, but I like the setups. All right. GMDA. 22 mil. Yeah, it looks like that wants to come down first. I'm going to keep it on the radar, but it looks like it wants to go lower. Let's look at the activity here. I'm sure it's pretty good with that kind of volume. YS. Good morning, Glenn. How are you, sir? A little technical difficulties again this morning, but I think we got it fixed. All right, PTPI is on the move, so I want to manage this. I'm going to go back to PTPI. It took out all levels up here, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of PTPI. All right, I'm out of PTPI. It blasted through all my upper levels over here, and I don't really see any additional. Well, I do have a new target. Just got created.
CEI.
And it's already surpassed that.
GMBL.
So I am done. That would have been a nice one. I was taken off.
RGLS.
Anyway, made a nice little profit on PTPI. Gold, once again, we are still in gold. So for those on YouTube, thank you for joining us this morning, and Facebook. We do this every morning. I do share my trading. I have been trading for the last 40 years. 35 years ago, I developed or discovered a set of patterns that I've been using for the last 35 years that are universal, meaning that they work in all markets. So you'll see me trade stocks with them. You're going to see me trade some commodities, of course, the indices. I am in gold right now. Also,
UBX,
something that we call now the pattern setup that buys and sells. These lines you see across the
GRPN,
charts here, these horizontal lines that is a formula. We call it, well, I didn't originally give it the name, but it's called Einstein, and it gives us high probability profit targets on our trades. So it's a very simple process.
UGRO,
I look for the most active stocks. I wait for a pattern to set up, buy or sell. Once I am triggered on the buy or sell, I look at Einstein.
UBX,
Sometimes I have,
GP,
in this case, I had
NMTC.
4 patterns setting up on PTPI for a buy. Einstein provided me with 4 targets. It hit my 4 targets, and then I get out. I can
EYPT,
watch it go further if I want to hold on to it. If I'm in a parabolic move, I can certainly do that. I can get out at level 1, level 2. It's all up to the individual trader. So typically what I like to do is usually if I'm going to get up to 4 levels that fast, I'm going to pull my order. And that's pretty much what I did on PTPI. I was in PTPI, got in at 542 and pulled out at 559. 559. Of course, looking back, you can say, gosh, I wish I would have held on to it. But you know what? PTPI may provide us with another opportunity. Okay. All right, we're short on gold. Gold hit our target. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get out of gold.
BTTX.
Take a look at gold.
COSM, CEI,
All right, so on gold,
GRPN,
our target was down here at
COSM,
208. You can see
GP,
we went through 208. So we are out of our gold, no additional setups for gold.
BTCM.
GRPN,
BTTX.
Okay, once again, just a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I do not give financial advice, nor do I trade anybody else's funds. I just trade my own. This is for educational purposes only.
BTTX.
And so you can watch how I trade, what I've developed and used for the last 35 years of my 40-year
GRPN.
career. My approach is different. These are not publicly available tools. I designed them myself. I'm a big believer in simplicity. So my goal from day one, when I first became a broker back in the early 80s, was to figure out a way to simplify the trading process. Working with a lot of retail traders and even some, well, most brokers tried to make trading too difficult, and everybody was losing money. There had to be a better way. And I wanted to also get it down. I quickly realized that patterns and price action were the way to go. The successful traders that I was aware of, and eventually was able to build some relationships where we're all price action traders. And and they were all short term, all what most people call day traders. And they did it for a living. I think if you want to do this for a living, you have to become a day trader. Unless you have a huge account and you can hold positions overnight. That's a tough way to trade. So anyway, had a nice little trade on gold, short gold, PTPI, in and out of PTPI. And let's see what else we have on the radar. Well, one of these days, Glenn, I'll figure out how to get this thing to run smoothly. I focus so much on my trading that sometimes the technical part of it doesn't become the strongest thing I do in the morning. I'm so focused on this, a lot of times I forget some of the minor details, right? That be nice to have somebody do this and take care of all the technical for me, but I don't think that's a doable option. GMDA, I like GMDA, but I do think GMDA is coming down. All right. So question is, how far down? I could see GMDA coming down to 150, 1.5. And lower. So 1.5. We'll see what happens there. Don't want to touch that. What else do we have on the radar? DRMA. 26 mil on DRMA. Now getting a buy on DRMA. I'll put a little bit on DRMA. Pull this out a little bit. Let's look at our 10-second because I like to look at that activity going on. I'm seeing some targets up here around 90, 92, 392. Here's one a little bit tighter, 388. That is going to be a medical stock. Those have been really, that whole sector has been hot. Got a nice little profit in it. Just got out. All right, picked up $90 on DRMA. I'm out of DRMA. Didn't like the action up here. I do have these targets. I do think those targets are going to be hit. But I was just hoping for this thing to just blast and take off. And it did not. So I'm going to let that go. But I picked up a little bit of money on DRMA. What else do we have here? Let's see. Glenn, I wish you would have been trading with us last night. We had a great night last night. I do have a live trading room that is open most of the day. I personally do my trading the first 3 hours of the day, and then I come back at night. And I like to trade the Forex currencies at night. Last night was just an awesome night. Glenn, I wish you would have joined us. I didn't see you there last night. So once again, getting back to my disclaimer, I saw I get distracted here. Anyway, keep in mind that this is for educational purposes only. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Don't mirror or try to take my trades that you're seeing that I'm taking here online. There is a delay. Keep in mind, there is a big delay with anybody that you're watching on YouTube, particularly with day trading. You don't need delays. If you like to follow me live, As you can see, I do Zoom. You can actually go straight into the Zoom loom, bypass YouTube, and join me live for 3 hours every morning as I call out my trades, and you can watch the action live without that delay. If you're interested in that, go to my website, innovative trading strategies.com. You're going to have to contact me because I don't think the girl yet has put that up on the site. And then also that will give you access to our Discord channel, which we're starting. Okay, so let's see what else do we have on the radar here. I did trade PTPI. Nice morning on PTPI. I'm out, of course. BBAI. I am flat, just to let you know, I'm flat across the board. Dow's down 42, pretty quiet. I don't have any setups in the indices. I'm looking at the mini Russell RTY. I don't see anything on the mini Russell. Mini NASDAQ. Mini Dow. We love the E-mini S&P. I used to trade that. That was the big one. That was my love back in the 80s, was the S&P 500. $500 a point. That was a wild animal. But it was fun. You can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money. But I have, gosh, the ES, the E-mini, the S&P 500. I've been trading that pretty much from day one, 40 years, over 40 years now. I do like the ES. I don't see anything there, though. It looks like it's, it may start pulling back. We'll watch it. Keep an eye on it. It may start to come back down. I don't have any shorts yet on it. All right, let's take a look at our stocks again. GSMG. Oh, yes, I like GSMG for a nice little pop. Probably not going to go too heavy on GSMG, but let's see if we can get through this 128. I have not put in an order yet. I am still holding on GSMG. I do have a 130 target. Also, I have a 34 target up there. So I'm going to wait, hold off on that. BTTX. As you can see over here on my scanner, BTTX. This is really a good scanner. This is an audible scanner. I love it. It's Momo. If you like a discount, let me know. I can get you a discount on it. I mean, it's very inexpensive, but it's one of my favorite scanners because I can put in my parameters for what I'm looking for. In this case, $1 to $10. I have it. Also, they have like you can have like 2 separate scanners. I have one that has a little bit different parameters, but I'm looking for those stocks that are $1 to $10, low floats. You can put in the volume, your minimum volume, maximum volume. BTTX. Look at that. I didn't look at that yet. BTTX. I do like the charting on Thinkorswim. This is what you see here on Thinkorswim. They do offer Bookmap, which is awesome, and it's very inexpensive to add that additional service on. And right now, what I'm looking for is to see what kind of activity we have. You can see over here, we have our buy and sell orders. BTTX may have some buying coming in. I'd be careful on BTTX. I'm getting some mixed signals here. It looks like it may possibly, yeah, I wouldn't touch BTTX right now. I don't like it. Not liking it. Glenn, you did some CB trading last night. All right. Made $94. Man, you're killing it, dude. Nice trade. Using Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is something that I really don't do much in the morning. I may do a little bit of it with the Forex in the morning if I see something I really like. Let's look at. Let me see what I have on the currencies. Of course, you're not going to get Bookmap on currencies. You can get on your stocks and commodities. So the 2 favorites, I like to trade the US yen and the Euro US. Those are my 2 favorite pairs of trade. I don't see anything here that really gets me excited. I'll wait on the currencies. Sometimes I have some nice setups in the morning, sometimes I don't. Big order coming in down here about 141 on this GMDA. So it did hit that level. Okay, so it's showing, Einstein was showing that was going to come down. It did hit that level. Einstein is projecting even a lower level. Let me see what that is. Also, if anybody has something you want me to take a look at, I am not in anything right now. If you have a stock you'd like me to look at, I'd be glad to do that for you. Just go ahead and type it in the chat window there. And I can run and just give you my opinion on it and see if I have any patterns setting up or Einstein. I could see this GMDA come down around 141. Wow. You could come down to 133. So I'd be watching GMDA. I'm not a seller right now. I love to sell. I love selling. But I'm only buying stocks right now. If you're a seller, man, you kill it. And if you like to sell stocks, which I'm thinking about getting setting up to where I can do some selling as well, because I love selling. I'm thinking about opening up another account just so I can do some selling. Yeah, the pound US is my least favorite pair to trade, Glenn. That is correct. But I have traded it. And but it's pretty volatile. That's going to be one that's more, it would be better to use a crystal ball on that. All right, let me take a look at some of these other ones real quick here. STSA. Not seeing it. Take that off my radar. ATXI I had on this morning watching. That's going down. Oh, my favorite, JDST. Maybe we could come down, it looks like. Could come down here. What do I have? I have a target down here around 520, somewhere down around 520. JDST. So I'm going to watch, see if we get a bounce on JDST. I don't have anything there yet. UBX. UBX is quiet. We'll go back. Why is my JDST? It should be running in 10 seconds. All right. Once again, when I'm using Bookmap, obviously, there's a lot of information here, and it looks a little bit more complicated than it really is. But basically, these horizontal lines, the darker they are, that means the bigger the order. The lighter they are, the less orders. And so if you see a big, heavy, like a red horizontal line above price, that means that's a lot of selling. Or that would be where you could run into a lot of sellers. And below would be where you'd run into a lot of buyers. Looking at just JDST here, you can see it's kind of balanced. Maybe a little bit more biased to the upside than on the downside, but fairly well balanced. The book up here is balanced. This is a huge tool. This is a great tool if you're a short-term trader. You don't have to use level 2 in order to do it. You don't have to use the volume bars down here, which is what I used to do originally, is look at the volume bars. This gives you a little bit more visual. I like it because I'm a visual. I think most traders are visual anyway, but I'm definitely a visual learner. I'm 100% visual, so I love charts. Yeah, Glenn, I'm looking at Trade Zero. Trade Zero is probably the best place to go to be a short seller. It looks like they're pretty good at finding finding some shorting opportunity or finding some stocks for you to sell, finding shares. So yeah, I'm looking at trade zero. So probably what I'm going to be doing is it's going to be hard to follow, just have two accounts and trading two accounts at the same time. So probably watch for more buying opportunities in the morning, and then maybe later on just focus on sales. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be hard to do them both at the same time. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do on that. All right, OCEA, man, I like OCEA, but this bid and big spread between the bid and the ask, 13-14 cents. I'm just going to take that off my radar. I don't think I'm going to do anything with OCEA. UBEX, would love to see the volume pick up a little bit on that, but I am going to keep that on my radar because it may pick up later on. BTTA is going to take that off the radar. WBL was a mover this morning a little bit. That's still going up. WBL is an interesting stock. It moves really slow. It's smooth, though. It moves fairly smooth. Yeah, I know, Kim. I'm just going to look through some of the ones that I was watching this morning. Some of these top gainers, that doesn't do anything for me. CLWT. Nope. MMV. Picking a lot of these off my watch list. GMDA. Yeah, see, GMDA hit some targets already down here. Big buyer in here at 141. Nice size buyer up here at what is that? Probably 150. I don't see a buying opportunity yet there, so I'm gonna. And I also looks like we could come all the way down here to around the 133. Wow, huge seller at 180. Look at that. Wow. But you've got some nice buying down here around 120. We're going to keep it on that. That may end up pulling back and then have a nice little reversal later on. So I will keep that on the radar. Don't want to do anything with it right now. DRMA, once again. We did trade a little bit of DRMA. We are out of DRMA. Don't see any reason why I want to get in yet, but I'm going to keep it on the radar. All right, so folks, we have now hit the top of the hour. So I'm going to go into our live trading room and continue to trade for the next 2 hours. So once again, thank you all for joining us this morning. Support the channel, please, by subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to get on I'm going to start doing weekly recaps at the end of the week. If you'd like to get those weekly recaps, I don't send out a ton of emails, so you don't have to worry about that. I personally don't have time to read all these emails. Some of these guys send out emails like 3 or 4 times a day. It just drives me nuts. And I just have to turn them off. So I sent out one email a week, and I'm going to do a weekly recap. Used to do that, got away from it, got busy. I'm going to start doing it. So I know everybody doesn't have time to sit here and watch this all day long. So provide me your email address. Just go to my website, give me your email address, and we'll get you set up on that. Glenn, of course, as always, thank you, sir. You do a great job. I appreciate you. And we'll see everybody first thing tomorrow morning, hopefully without any technical glitches. All right, see you then.